You're about to see something that most people miss totally. It could be the most money you've ever lost. If you don't know how to open the door to wealth that has been there for generations, just think about how it's going by. That's what's going on right now in crypto trading. Most people don't even know what it is. You don't need to explain how to make money with it. Really smart people who know what's going to happen and act on it will make a huge amount of money. This is about the change in my life. Don't worry about money ever again. This is not advice about money. You could see one of the biggest financial losses in history if you don't know what's going on right now. If you understand this, you'll know why the government wants you to shut it down before the world's biggest banks, like Blackrock. You should think that if they get the go-ahead, money will pour in. Take a moment to think about this. People in the United States could invest in new businesses in public 10 years ago. That's how wealth was made. Families from the middle class got rich as first-time chances came up. The game changed over time, though. Regulators have been helped by strong hedge funds, associations, private financial institutions, and other groups to keep entry under control. To make sure that regular people couldn't play on the same stage, they made new rules. All of a sudden, you had to be a part of an honor. The more money you had, the more proof you had that you were already rich. Insiders took advantage of chances that were open to the public. They kept the scraps for other people. We're looking at the same kind of fun again, but this time it's bigger. It's crypto stocking this time. If you want to stake crypto ETFs, Blackrock, the biggest asset manager in the world, is moving quickly to do so. Do you know what that means? This means they don't want people to put money into the crypto price. They also need money. They need money, power, and value. That's how they show they are in charge. You need to think the same way. I need to tell you something important before I go into more detail. Don't just look at what other people are doing. Take my original billionaire investment guide in the comment that is pinned below this video if you are happy to be one of those people. Look for 100x chances. It has a lot of papers, pictures, movies, and graphs. It's used to find events that couldn't be seen. Take a look at this and buy it now if you haven't already. It's like saying you looked back and that's where everything began. Use my Moomoo link when you get there. Get up to $1,000 worth of free NVIDIA stocks if you put in $100. A lot of people love NVIDIA, which makes AI chips and new infrastructure. Do not lose it. You can click on either link now. Let's go back to why we're here now. When the SEC says that BlackRock will be able to add staking to Ethereum ETFs, what do you think will happen next? People need Ethereum more than ever. It is not only an asset for speculation, but also a way to set a price that turns government bills around. Take a look. Buyers, institutions, and buyers who don't want to learn crypto the hard way. They can now buy ETFs that give them exposure to Ethereum and a stake return. At the same time, Ethereum is becoming less widely used. It is being taken out of ETFs. It is being taken off of platforms. It will be closed for a long time. Prices and who can get them are both as high as a rocket. This is not something most people can see. They're still reading the news stories. They are still keeping an eye on the news about their beloved leaders. But the real money is getting ready for all of this. Are you? That's the question. Allow me to explain it better. Now, the internet is the best place to start with rules, even though there are some problems with it. This is one of the main benefits of Web3. Now, BlackRock, the biggest financial company in the world, wants to spend crores through an ETF. It's more than just praise. This is a warning. This is the way things are going in bond markets, pension funds, and government funds. This is where things get crazy. When the Ethereum stacking income starts to look better than the Treasury return, the flow of money changes. The bond market gets weak. Blockchain is getting stronger. Right now is just the start. Price hikes are not the only thing going on here. This is about the world's worth changing, but most people don't get this until it's too late. There's no need to wait for the ETF. You don't have to wait until your share price goes through the roof. You can now learn how to buy stocks. You can get back on track today. When you ask, why are you buying stocks again? Most people will understand. That's why I'm testing it so hard. You can now solve a technology problem in front of everyone if you thought you could. This is the first floor. Many of you have never seen Amazon, Apple, or Bitcoin for less than $1,000 before the iPhone came out in the 1990s. You are here now, though. The stock market is the main thing that is getting in the way. Allow me to be clear. It will be hard to get a good rebound once the control bodies make their decisions and let a lot of people share. That's how things always are. Once the rules are set down and the gates are opened, the insiders will already know where they stand. Don't be someone who buys things from above when they take money out. I'm going to say it again. You can use it even if you're not very good at math. It's not as hard as digging. It's not as hard as opening and closing the locks on the machines on top of your house. It's easy to buy stocks after being taught. It opened to you in a way that seemed impossible even a few years ago. That's the reason I say this. Before it turns into a job, study, do it, and lock it. Do you understand what it means to trick me? Some people are still curious about how to launder money. The first thing they say is it about stocks? That's right. That's what fear means. Please answer. Please answer. If you have to give up some of your money, did you still make money? Yes, you did. That's how people get rich. Don't be scared of people who wash money. The rich do things that are against the law and keep denying it. The building is still going on. They still remember how scared they were. That's why the Blackrock is battling for it. They understand that rich people don't work. They understand that most people are lazy. That's why they'll agree to the long-term plan. They are going to get richer. You don't have to do nothing, though. This is okay with the SEC. The clock has started to tick. It might be okay in the next few months. We're really close now. It's your job to stake, stock, and compound while a normal person waits in a green room. When an idiophile stakes, the desire goes up even more and then goes up even more. Not because buyers aren't buying the other stock. This is how they buy and sell bonds, CDs, and stocks. What do you think it is? The yield is going down. The upside is going down. It's not even a fair fight. That's why I need you to understand. This isn't just a crypto show. This is a big change. This is being watched by pension funds, state funds, and the Stabinet Trillion account. The crowd leaves when the gate opens. That's why you need to get there early. So now is the time to know, since this is true. You will never get the same chances if Wall Street goes into full betting. The yield will go down. The balance of risk and return will be different. You will no longer be able to add to what you've already won. That's why I change the situation underneath all the time. A brave wave is coming and you can take your place. Other people can stand at the edge and watch it run. Don't think this will happen so quickly. People who were crazy about Bitcoin were found out, and in one night we saw billions of dollars. That was just the risk of price. Just picture what will happen when the staking, the real return, and the real net income are all connected. It's a move that can turn around the whole market for the projects built above. You need to change the way you think. A company that goes up and down by a few percent will no longer do that in a year. This won't happen with a savings account for women either, because most people don't understand it yet. Staking is directly linked to an object that can make you money. There is a rubber road here. A full validator node can be run in 30 tooth. It's not in most people. That's why businesses like Coinbase and Leo stepped up to bring in small investors. But if you look ahead, you need to decide if you want to hand over your power to a woman or set up your own institutions for direct access, direct return, and direct control. Every company I built around nodes was run by me. Alphabet used LLCs, ran validators, set up beta testing networks, and came up with ways to make money. This is the crazy part. Most of the people who accessed did not know what they were counting on. They sold right away. They traded money for cash. They never realized how much money they had thrown away. That's what makes someone think versus someone who doesn't. Do you want to be a person when ETFs came out, when the news spread, and when the organizations were fully formed and alive? Or do you want to be someone who buys stocks? Are you still putting money into this? Everyone in the world is happy that they spoke out. This is the same kind of doubt we saw in Bitcoin. Everyone laughed when it dropped below $100 and then below $1,000. People asked if it was too late by $10,000. Then it went up to $60,000 while they were still there. Don't make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. It's not good to think about inflation. Every ETH that invests in stocks is not part of the ETH. Every Ether locked in an ETF can't be sold. You will learn more about basic financial concepts by buying in stocks, in addition to the fact that interest rates are going down. What happens to the price when there are changes in demand? It is a basic principle of finance. Let's get a bigger picture. Companies won't start up for a long time yet. Make arrangements that are smart. Make rules for DeFi, making NFTs. You make the call, make some cash. You now know that this is more than just some news about an ETF, right? It's the start of a big study on how to make money and make it grow. The next step is to stake. Organizations that keep an eye on things know it, and people who don't stay will also understand it. That being said, it is still hard to make the most money. Now is the time. That's why I need you to connect. That's why I want you to get a fund guide. Look for 100x investors in the reply that was pinned. That's why I want to get the desirable NVIDIA investors. These things are what keep you going. This is the reason. Lazy people don't get rich. People who wait until they are safe won't get it. The chance comes to those who can see it before everyone else. People who work in front of other people get it. You now have the chance to do that. Blackrock makes it clear where things are going. That's what they call it. They say, we want to buy stocks. Let's make money. Let's make money. Everything in our ETFs needs to be closed. That way, no one will ever get the whole story. Will you let them take everything? Will they take your share first, though? The window is wide open. It won't always be open. Learn how to buy stocks. Put yourself down. Start making money that changes the things in the saved comment and takes hold of them.